Hi, we are going to present the fluid measuring device, and is this one. First, when we plug it in, we can see that turns on. The device is made of the sensor pressure, which is a MP5010 DP, which is connected to the Arduino Uno, which has a program that is going to be explained later on. And then there's an OLED display, which is going to show the measurements of the height and the pressure. It's important to say that the sensor has a pressure operating of from 0 to 10 kilopascal.
Okay, later on, we had some difficulties during the project. That is what I'm going to explain now. The thing is that at first we got a MPX10DP pressure sensor, which had a voltage output which went from 20 millivolts to 50 millivolts. So Arduino Uno wasn't able to read the values, and the program didn't recognize the values, and we couldn't get the measurement on the OLED display. So we tried to implement operational amplifiers. The thing was we couldn't get quite the measurement we wanted, and we didn't have the knowledge, so we moved on to do some research. The thing was so the noise was amplified as well, so we didn't get the correct measurement. That's why we moved to get another sensor, which was the sensor my teammate mentioned a moment ago. This sensor has a voltage output that goes from 0 to 5 voltage, so now Arduino could read the values. Then we had to calibrate the sensor, which was another challenge, because there was the values were oscillating too much, so we had to implement a loop that made an average. That way we could get a more stable reading and do the calibration curve that will be attached to the document. So next, my teammate Carlos will explain the code.
As we can see here in the code, we have the code, and we need to use three libraries. One is Adafruit FX, and the other is from Adafruit SD. This one, we need to use these libraries to open the display OLED, and then we also need to declare the variables. We also need to define the height and the weight of the display OLED, and then we are going to make the code. As we can see, as Roberto said, we need to do a loop from the average to have a stable measurement, as we can see here in this 4, when we have only the voltage to have the average. Then we are going to use the formula of the pressure that we can see here. It's the pressure, and when we use this formula of the pressure, then we can print the level, calculating only the pressure over the density of the water and the gravity, that is 9.78. Then we only print the voltage, the pressure, and the level in the OLED display, as Tanya can show us.
Well, now we're going to do a presentation of what we're going to do. As we can see, it's already on. And as we can see, there's no pressure, as also the level. It's -0, that it's almost 0. So when we immerse the tube, we can see that the pressure and the level has already changed from what it was originally when it was out of the water. This is all thanks to what all of my classmates have already said. And
when we immerse more the tube, the pressure also need to change. Here we can see we have 900 pascals and the measurement is 81. Now we immerse more the tube and is 1050-88 and we have a level of 145, as Tania said to us.
so that's what it was about our project from the class Measurement and Instrumentation. So we hope you liked it.